This is crazy and scary at the same time. You might think that this is a real actor, but no, this was 100% generated with AI. And today I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this for your Facebook ad campaigns. Hi there, my name is Ricky Hayes, and as you can see, I've got my headset on. I wanted to show you the audio as well of this creative. I think it is very, very important to understand that.
And
Amazing,
it still
honestly.
looks and feels brand
This
new.
is
No
probably
shrinking,
someone
no
that
weird
was
stretching,
a real
just easy
person that they've
care.
used to
They have
turn
options
into
for
an
every
AI
season
actor. So you can see there is a little few quirks with this as well. I can just sort of see some
customer
link
service
sync
was honestly
issues.
amazing.
To some extent as well, if you ever have those issues, you might want to use a tool like CapCut. But let's get straight into it anyway. I wanted to sort of go further into this actually I'm going to restart the whole part. 1, 2, 3. All right, so you can see here is the creative that I'm going to be using for Facebook ads. This is for a real brand that I'm starting. It's a testing brand that will be called Aura and Fold.
It so many times and it still looks and feels brand new. No shrinking, no weird stretching, just easy care. They have options for every season in a bunch of colors and sizes.
Now, that is phenomenal, right? Instead of me having to script, get an actor, all of that, I can just do this. And it only took me like 2 minutes. So let me just get into it now and let's talk about that together. All right, so the tool that I'm using is arcads.ai, and I've seen it around quite a bit. There are a number of these, but I like this one the most. Simple UI, plenty of actors. They're always adding in new features, like you can see all these features down here. They've got scenes, they even got show your app because they're for people that are making apps, and I'll probably use it because I'm building apps and stuff as well. You can see I've done some tests, right? Now, what makes this amazing, right, is
Can we
that
talk about how
what you got all these actors here, and you just got some simple filters. Are they wearing a bathrobe? For different scenes, right, depending on sort of what you want. And like it has a lot of advantages, right? Instead of you having to do it all, if you're doing a gym thing, that might be great for that. Because mine is pajamas, and I'll be
Hey
actually
you,
running ads
welcome to
and testing all of
Arcads.
that as
I'm
well.
one of the
And I'll get
natural
back
AI
in future
actors you can
videos on
use
the
for your
actual
ad.
results of it as I start doing more of these creatives.
Hey you, welcome to Arcad.
That I just, what did I choose? I chose a young adult, and because it's a women's
I'm one of the
pajama
natural
brand,
AI
I chose her.
actors you can use.
Like, and I might choose another one. And the cool thing
this
is
might be the
that
soft
to do it is really, really easy. What you do is you just choose talking actors. I've tried B-roll, but listen to this.
You test cry.
I uploaded an image, and I just have someone wearing the product talking about Aura and Fold, right? So definitely didn't do anything amazing. I just uploaded the image, but listen to the audio. I don't know what this makes me laugh.
And have viscera prater in motianurist. That one practice when going to over a bisdain. That because
That's the funniest part when it comes to AI. I find that um, audio prompting is actually it's because you pick up emotion and that a lot more than you would where a video can sort of visualize. I don't know. I find the audio you get a lot of hit and miss. But anyway, that that was just me doing a test here. But you use talking actors, and you can use any of these actors. The cool thing as well is that you can choose multiple actors at the same time. So if you want to do 6 creatives,
Hey you, welcome to
do it all at once, and then you just walk away. It probably takes 20-30 minutes. Just walk away, and then what you can do is you can just
thing I've
you can just download them. Right now, a few little tips that I just have to add here. That I'm picky with audio, right? I think that audio is a very important element to it, and I found that the audio in these is good, but it's nowhere near as good as something like 11 Labs, right? It's sort of like everyone knows the industry standard. And what would you, I think I pay 20-30 bucks a month for it, and I use it for a variety of things from business and stuff as well for myself. But what I've done is I have a few voices. I have my professional voice that I use for
things I hate comes with a pain.
Like you heard that, right? That was just a test. And then I made this one where, the cool thing with this as well is you can edit the voice. And I just use ChatGPT. I can rename it, all of that. And it just translates this into a voice. And because the actor I've
Microborn.
chosen was
The chorus set from
a woman about 25 that I actually need to update it. Actually, I just realized that I will update it to a new one. I'll remix it with a new one that is can you jam remix voice make accent Australia. Okay, well, anyway, I have to fix that up. But point is, I'll test this creative and see how it goes, because I'm focused on the Australian market, because I'm just building it as a startup, as Australian brand, and I'll get back to you on results on it. Obviously, it makes no sense to use a US accent as much as possible. So to do, hold on, make that accent Australian. Okay. All right. And so again, the cool thing as well is that, but the reason I bring this up is that Arcads just has integration with 11 Labs, and I think that's really important. Everyone, pretty much uses 11 Labs to do AI voices. It really is just because they've got it honed in.
G'day everyone. G'day everyone. How's it going? I was just thinking about heading down to...
That's much better. So let it generate, and then what you can do as well is, once I make the voice, the cool thing is that, so you can go remix, it remembers the whole script. You can use text to speech. I just personally use text to speech, or you can use speech to speech. I personally just prefer text to speech. I use a tool like ChatGPT or something. Wouldn't be surprised if over time they have like an AI thing where you can do that all here as well. So it saves you even more time naturally as well. And because, it's really important, Australian small business, because that's what I'm building it as. Very important that I do that and I get the voice right. All you do is you just go here. You can change all of these. I'll be honest, I don't change them. What I do is I go under here and I have the 11 Labs integrations. You can see all you do is you set up the API key. It's literally you go into 11 Labs, get your API key, copy it in here for the 11 Labs integration, and boom, it'll just pull in your custom made voices that I want to save the actor. So Australian 25-year-old woman, language, value, English, save voice, right? So I'm sure if I were to, well, I'll see actually if I can do it right now, refresh this in a moment, then I will, once it saves, I can then go back into Arcads. And as I said, I will make a follow-up video, because as of today, I'm going to actually be running ads for this brand. I'm doing it as a test, sort of a case study. And I'll show you the results. And if it works well, I'm going to, the cool thing as well is, so voice saved. So if I leave that now, leave this, there we go. I'll refresh Arcads. So again, you don't have to do this, right? You can use all Arcads as well. But as I said, like, I'm picky when it comes to voice. I think that makes a big difference. So if I choose that, 11 Labs, might take a moment. I'm used to refreshing the whole web page as opposed to just this integration. There we go. Beautiful. All right, fantastic. Save. I'm going to go that. It uses some credits. I have 39 credits left. Obviously, based on your plan, it obviously, different things. But again, when you think about it, it's not the cheapest tool in the market, for sure. But I always look at it that if I was to get like someone to actually do this, it'd probably cost me $100, $200, and that's for like one creative, whereas this, we can get like 50 and it takes me 5 seconds. And I know agencies and everything love this because UGC is the new thing. And if you can have it where, working with clients and everything, getting the creative is always the hardest part. Doing the targeting, doing the split testing, doing the optimization is easy. The hard part is always the creative, right? And so if you can have a tool like this that pretty much takes out the whole creative part and you can just make heaps. And I'm pretty sure I saw that they just released something in beta where the hook They're even focusing on it where you can change the hook. So you keep the video the exact same, but you might change the first 5 seconds, because the hook, that first 3 seconds, as I've seen in other videos, as said in other videos, is really, really important. So I'm going to generate that. It might take, a bit of time, but that's pretty much it. And like, as a result, you can see it just sort of does that. It saves them all. You can make folders. I plan to use it again, sort of like Debutify. I've got my other brands, like I've got Predictamail, I've got themed sections. I'm building an activewear brand, and I plan to use it for all of them, because like it's applicable to all. UGC is sort of the new trend just across the board, and so I just wanted to make a video on it because I think it's really important, and I'm embracing a lot more of this, and I think that you should too. Like, as it doesn't have a trial, which it did, and I will be honest, as I said, I wish that it had like the ad script where you could, it's this video tool, and it doesn't have a simple text prompt function where you can add that as well. But I imagine they will add that. They're probably just obviously focused on other things as well. Very basic tool, and that's all you need, right? There are others out there, and they're all good and all, but this is just purely focused on AI UGC, which I think is great. I'm also going to be making more videos on other tools like AI product images and stuff as well. But I just really wanted to make this one because for me, this is a really exciting thing that's going to save me a lot of time. And I'm going to be making ones about, I've made videos on how to manually make AI images and then AI videos and everything as well, which is important. But again, it is very time consuming and requires a lot of prompt engineering. You pay a bit of money here and you can just save yourself so much time. And again, like with this, the video, like it was like 50 meg, upload it to Facebook, do some copy with it, use a tool like ChatGPT. What I would just do is use your script and just from that script, make some copy, do some split tests of that as well. The main thing obviously is the creative. I've always said that you want to have at least 2 creatives in the beginning, and this allows you to, on a small budget, to do 2. So I might add another actor. In fact, I will probably, when I have a look at, again, I want something at, I even got hook. Let's say kitchen because it's pajamas. I think that sort of fits, and I want a woman. And what you can do as well is you can favorite.
Hey you, welcome to Arcads. I'm one of the natural.
You can favorite them, which is just awesome, honestly. But again, that's why I as well use 11 Labs, because it's going to default most of the time to the accent of a US, because most of the people using it and stuff, that it's US. I like this lady. All right. So again, what I just do.
Okay.
Remix. One actor. Oops, I've lost it.
Hey you, welcome to Arcads.
I don't say I like that one. I like this one actually. And then, as I said, you can favorite them, so then you can look at your favorites, and it just saves you time. So obviously in the beginning, away you go, save changes. I don't want her. I do want her. I don't want that. So like you can, it's got different languages and everything as well, and ages, so if I want to have a look at all of these, but again, I just personally prefer 11 Labs. It's just designed for it. You separate the two, like one's really good for video, one's really good for audio, and if you can mix the two, beautiful. Away we go. Speed is always, I like to keep my speed, normal-ish. And boom. And it's using barely any credits, so away I go. And as you can see, the other one is still rendering, and this one will be rendering too. And I've got 2 creatives. And then as I ideally scale it, I can just make more and more and more, right? So an absolute time saver, right? Like never has it been easier to be a marketer and a brand owner and try and do this, whether it's like an e-commerce brand. I know most people will be for e-commerce because AI UGC is really the main thing for that. As you can see, obviously there's value in apps and various other industries as well, real estate and everything too. You want testimonials, right? That's always been the thing, and now it's never been easier to get a testimonial as long as your business can back it up. And then, as I said, just use like a various LLM, like ChatGPT or something, to get you some ad copy, and away you go, right? Like, and honestly, Facebook even help you with obviously the ad copy and stuff. So really, really easy. I'm going to be targeting Australian women, 18 to 44-year-old range. I'm going to be targeting in terms of interests for this type of thing. I'm going to look up some pajama brands that might be big in Australia, or companies that have quite a following when it comes to pajamas. Like here in Australia, there's like Target, there's Big W, or more premium brands, fashion magazines. It doesn't have to be perfectly aligned as long as it's in the space of this, because I'm trying to aim for it's fashion, it's comfortable fashion pajamas, right? And so I'll just be doing that and doing some testing, and I'll have a video, hopefully, in a week or something, of the results of that. So I just wanted to sort of show that today. I think this is a really important one. I know that for people on a limited budget, this might not be the best option, but I think that it's important to understand it, especially as you grow and scale. Like I'm going to be doing this for all of my brands as I go down this path to save me a lot of time when it comes to this. And if these tools are already at this point, like I'm genuinely impressed, just impressed, that you can imagine in the next 12 months, they're only going to get more emotions. They're only going to get more flexibility with what you can do with, you've already got gestures, like, literally you can make it react, show emotions. So maybe that might be good for your social media management. Right now 10-second videos is all you can sort of do, but I imagine over time it'll become 30 seconds because and I also noticed as well, if you like with this one, you can extend it as well because they can be quite short. And then you got scenes, prompt anything should say or do up to 8 seconds with audio and show you up, so like it's only getting bigger and more flexible when it comes to this. You don't really have any issues. I did have one issue early on when I was making these where I just sort of got stuck, but I think they were doing some server upgrades, but it was promptly fixed anyway. So, that's just bound to happen. So I just wanted to make this video. I'm planning to have more videos as well as I do more and learn more about this tool and test more of the functions, because I really, really quite like it, and integrate it more into other videos as well about, teaching you how you can use this tool as well as the others. So I just wanted to say I hope this video has been helpful. As always, if you like this video, be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment below if you have any questions. Otherwise, thank you for your time. Have a lovely day. Take care and goodbye.